Friends and fellow travelers, welcome back to the Journey Well as we continue with day 5 of the Tarot and Shadow Challenge from the Tarot Diagnosis. Now, today's prompt is, what parts of my identity do I hide? And I think that's an interesting question because I do feel like we all hide or modify bits of our identity to fit into whatever situation. And there's a level of that might not be unhealthy, but it's more of a silencing of so that we can listen to and hear what's going on in the environment and read the room and things like that. But there is a part of my identity that I'm hiding that I need to come aware of. And that's what I want to know is, what do I need to be aware of? What part of my identity am I hiding that I need to, bring forward? That's the way I want to think about this. And this is the one coming forward. So what is it? The Star. So for me, this card really speaks to renewed hope, for one, and the unconscious and the conscious mind, the balance between those two realms in another. So when I'm looking at this card, as far as what my identity is that I need to bring forward, that I'm hiding, it really speaks to something that came up earlier, and that is the walk between the spiritual and the profane. It's the walk between common sense and intuition and the more magical nature of the world that surrounds us. I hide my magic. I hide my connection to intuition and divination because I am afraid that if I bring it up in a conversation, that it's just going to change the conversation to an attack on me, where people are trying to rationalize their own beliefs through what I've said, or pick at me and make fun of me and roll their eyes at me. And I don't want that energy. I don't want to give my energy to that person when there's no actual, there's no actual pouring back in. There's no restoration within those conversations, it feels like. So I'm just pouring my magic onto the soil, and it's not this, cyclical, infinite, passing by. So I'd rather just, give that energy to people who care, who want to, who are curious, who want to know, who want to have those conversations and see that things are deeper than we could possibly imagine. Like the depth of this well, in the journey well, this is where I want to commune. So it makes complete sense that I get this card, because that's what it feels like to me, is this is the place that we go to renew our spirit daily, or at least weekly. And if we don't, this dries up and there's no pouring out. So we have the pouring into the spirit, and we have the pouring into the profane, the finite reality of the world that we live in. And I hide this pattern from other people. My identity is very wrapped into the spirit. What's deeper? What's behind the veil? What is more that I can learn? What is my spirit hungering for that I can go after and find? And those paths make me hide because they're not traditional in a sense that I grew up with. And so the shaking away of that and the bringing the more mystical, magical side of myself, which enlivens my spirit and brings me such joy and renewal and hope for the future, hiding that doesn't serve me very well, but it's a protective thing. So I need to break free from that and bring that more to the front in an authentic way that's not a pushy way, but I'm not hiding it anymore. So I need to find authentic ways to bring and to stand up for my spiritual journey, for my belief that the unconscious mind holds gold and that magic is around us. It's just maybe not in the way that people think I can just, alchemize water into gold or something like that. But there's absolute beauty in the fact that I can put myself in a place to manifest something. I can put myself in a place to heart center my desires so that they are worthy of manifesting. So that's what I'm seeing with this card. The identity I need to bring forward is to be honest when those prompts come up, and to listen to them and to seek them, because she is here at the journey well. That's my own verbiage on this card, and communing with it daily. And so this practice of the tarot and shadow is very in line with helping me bring this identity to the forefront, because this is the daily practice that prompts me to sit down and contemplate every day on tarot and the message and my own intuition. So that was a really cool, shook me up a bit, because the Star card is one that I do struggle with an occasion of, like, how does it manifest? And it's the card that honestly I don't want to see in a reading. So it's super funny that this card is what came up when it's talking about part of my identity am I hiding. Perfect card. So hopefully that was something you can, apply to yourself as well, because I think we all have that need for magic. It's one of the reasons I got into tarot was it's a mystical art. It's something more rooted in creativity and the spirit than traditional means of learning and certain, indoctrinations. And that brings me great joy and restorative peace and motivation and to keep pursuing. Now my dog seems to be digging through the floor upstairs, so I need to cut this one off now. So until next time, journey well, my friends.